right, so first things first, we always start off with stuff we got wrong, Shiki.
We
Now,
got two things wrong.
I
More
think I
importantly,
think I was more wrong than you.
more importantly, uh, thing I was very wrong on. I was talking about Kumadori last episode, and I keep saying Konkoro, and you didn't notice.
Yeah.
So we just said his name wrong for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that. And other thing, Rox, it seems that Rox's story is done for the time being.
Yeah,
And he was not as evil as I thought he would be, not
I
nearly.
thought he was. I was hoping he'd do something fucked up, but the possibility we talked about where he just completely loses his agency when he gets Domi reversed did happen. All right.
It's
uh,
like I hate to be that guy who's like, oh, I have a theory, then when my theory's wrong, I start criticizing the story,
well, no,
but
I
like,
don't care that I don't care that our theory was wrong because like a
yeah.
lot of it still tracks with Rox's character of him trying to live this half and half life where he's trying to be like he has values of like being a good friend and caring about his family, but he is still like a mega giant pirate asshole, and that leads to things like his tarnished legacy in the modern day. Oh, the fact that the hero of God Valley, even for his family, was Kuma. Or, and this is a very big one that I feel like it should be noteworthy. If what happened to Rox happened to Luffy or Whitebeard or hell, even Big Mom, their crews would not turn tail nearly as fast.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like that's another.
Literally instantaneously.
I know some people like going was like, oh, the Rocks pirates aren't even like betraying each other enough, and it's like like as soon as God Valley, like even before God Valley, it was happening. Like
Yeah, but
when
like
like that
it
one
really instigated
Don
it.
guy, yeah, and then suddenly everyone's attacking each other left and right for the treasure. Their captain gets Domu reversed, and no one like cares. Like Big Mom and
No, like
Kaido did
literally,
for
he just
like a
attacks
minute.
them like, "Oh, I guess you're a dick now. I see how it is." It's like, which like is interesting for Rocks about like it's his failure to keep that balance that leads to him ultimately failing in every way. And like that's neat. And like that's why Teach is going to be cool because Teach is not going to be a 50-50 bitch. He's going to be full evil all the time. My go.
Yeah.
But I do think is what you were gonna say. Roxhat doesn't really have like interesting dynamics with anyone.
Yeah, like I was especially expecting something with Roger because they said, "Oh, he's Roger's greatest enemy." That's how he was. Sengoku introduced him, so it's like
Yeah.
I was really expecting there to be something interesting between them, and there could be down the road, maybe some
Yeah, but
narrative
currently,
parallels to draw or
like,
something. But like,
yeah, but currently, when it comes to like his outright relationships with anyone, the only kind of interesting one is Harold. And even then, it's kind of just part of the half and half thing, where it's like he's better than the government, but he's still not a good friend.
I think his stuff with Harold is interesting, but like it seems that like every other member of his crew, like he doesn't seem to have much going on. Like I can think of like
No, like
a
people like O'Hara kept pretending that they were all such great friends, and then 2 chapters later, they all immediately assumed he was evil and tried to kill him.
yeah, absolutely. It's just I'm not even sure why he's doing that. Like, like I think part of the reason I was banking so hard on being evil is just because O'Hara every week was like, oh, he's such a perfect little angel. He's my
And
perfect
like
little
like
Luffy
he's
parallel. He's
still
gonna
wrong. He's
save the
always been
island.
wrong. Because no, the events on God Valley still can't erase that Rox brutalized the child twice, and also and also kept tons of evil people under his wing and never corrected them, and also was the king of Beehive, which is a corrupt place, and presumably, if he became king of the world, he would turn the world into Beehive. So, like, all of that is still true. So it's not like, oh, Rox is a good guy now. It's just I thought his agency in the final moments would be a bit more complex. But no, it was just he wanted to defend his kid and he couldn't. Which
Yeah,
is fine. It's a flashback character. I can't expect the fucking world.
yeah. But Shiki, can you expect? Do you know that some people are really upset that we didn't get like 5 chapters worth of fighting between Roger, Garp, and Rox?
I know, and it's all they should be baffled that we got this much. Because fights don't happen in flashbacks. The most we got was like the Odin fight, and that was also like 2 scraps.
Yeah, it was like half a chapter where Odin fought Kaido. Like I remember we talked about it like back then too.
Yeah, because One Piece because flashbacks aren't for fighting. uh,
Dude, I can't believe they off-screened Wapple versus Dalton. How could they do that?
yeah, and like it's like, oh, dude, you had to combine the mass of the best marine and the mass of the best pirate to overcome. Well, what would we even call rocks? Like what?
The
Like a
the rogue militia.
I'm not sure what Rox represents. It's kind of like like he represents a few things. Like of kind of like I think one of the best ways to describe Rox is he's the closest you're gonna get to an actual evil revolutionary.
Yeah, I guess
Because
so.
he is someone who wanted to overthrow the government, but did it badly.
Yeah, and it seems that part of his motivation was like to reclaim like his family's like throne. If like Davy Jones was a king of some sort back in the day.
Yeah, because he said like, oh yeah, it's neat. I mean, the most important thing about Rocks, as far as I'm concerned, is just how the parallels with him are going to make Teach more interesting, which is already working. So I'm
Yeah, like
happy with him.
that's probably like the most effective part about him so far. I'm just like a little
Like
disappointed that like like he doesn't have like a different like his relationship to Kaido is like the same as it is with Big Mom and then Whitebeard and then
yeah,
you
no,
know
like it would have been nice if he like it doesn't like it's not that he didn't just have the agency, but it's like he didn't have the agency or more than one interesting relationship. It's like I would have liked like one.
yeah.
Again, like we could get more context for Rocks because like we still don't fully understand his motivation.
Like I guess it's kind of funny that like I guess technically he did make like Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom's relationship more interesting just by like being introduced as their captain and existing, just knowing these guys used to be on the same
Yeah.
crew. But like when it comes to like him directly, I'm a little underwhelmed so
Yeah,
far.
it's like I assume we'll get more about his motivation as we learn more about Teach.
Yeah.
Like this isn't the end of learning about him or anything.
I think one
Other
thing you
rocks.
I think one
Oh,
thing you
what's
said
one
is
thing?
that you wouldn't be surprised if Teach called him a loser.
No, it's the thing where it's like on one hand he clearly respects his dad to a capacity because he calls his ship the Saber of Zebek, but also people are. I think it was a video we'll talk about later that said Teach is doing everything to avenge God Valley. It's like that's possible, but it's also possible that Teach just wants to succeed where his dad failed. And if he asks, he's like, "Yeah, my dad was a cool pirate, but at the end of the day, he's a fucking loser, and I'm not going to be." Like, if Teach said that, I wouldn't be shocked, and that could be a neat route.
Yeah, I could.
There's a few interesting routes you could
It's
take
even
with Teach.
possible that like he only like is using like Saber of Zebek and stuff like that just to like like use his dad's clout to rule Beehive again and
Oh
get
yeah, like you mean like how Zebek said that even the Davy name still has slight power in the underworld. It could be
yeah
related
yeah
to
or
that.
I,
Yeah,
I was thinking that like kind of like how Hody Jones used the Arlong's flag in the beginning of Fishman Island.
it could be interesting to see how because yeah, how Teach feels about his dad and his mom will be interesting to learn.
Yeah,
Because I get the feeling it's not going to be simple. Much dumber Rocks thing. How did he get Dobie reversed? I don't fucking know.
I don't know the
Uh,
rules yet.
the two most the most fun theory so far, like most fun is that it's a fucking JoJo stand ass power is that because Domi Reversi can roughly translate to like return home, and so far people have only been Domi Reversi'd on their home island, and if that's the condition, that's fucking hilarious.
I know. I also think it's really cool because that means like almost like pirates in particular have like a
Have an
good
advantage, yeah.
yeah, they have a good resistance because they're always traveling away from their home and stuff.
Yeah, the people who embrace seed, embrace freedom are more immune to Eames control. If that's it, that has a lot of really interesting implications. So even though I think it's a King of Lightning theory, it's a good one. I like it. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's also
Like
like
it's
possible
it's
that
it's
like
really fun.
also like we don't know where a lot of the characters like were born. Like say Luffy for example, we don't know if he was born in Fushia or if like Dragon Brown from somewhere else. So it's possible that like he fights Ym on some random island we see later, and it's like that's where Luffy was born, and then they'll try it there. I think that's just
Well,
like I think that rule set just has a lot of fun like like
so I
possibilities
like
in
the
it.
theory.
Yeah.
Another one that's not interesting that I heard is like maybe one of the rules is it can't be devil fruit users, and I don't want that just because I think that makes too many interesting characters immune.
Yeah.
Like I think the amount of characters that are now immune is too high.
Do you imagine
Also, like
if
Domi Reversi would make the whole like Rox was unlucky thing get like it would add like a lot of depth to it. It'd be really cool.
yeah. Dude, imagine if he Domi reversed Shanks and he just popped out as as Shamrock.
It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
So just I love how it's like power scalers getting mad that a power we don't understand the rules of worked. It's like you can't get mad yet. You don't know what it does.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there was actually something like kind of like interesting about this chapter that I haven't seen anyone but this one random guy in Best Guyver's chat notice yet.
What would that be?
It's possible that this chapter slightly like retconned Kaido's flashback in a
Oh, because
very
of how Big Mom
unimportant,
talked about
yeah,
it.
in a very unimportant and interesting way, but like still,
Mhm.
because like in Kaido's flashback we saw Big Mom was like yelling on Beehive like, Kaido, where'd you go? So like literally like that one panel of Big Mom yelling doesn't quite make sense anymore, which is
Yeah.
just kind of
No.
funny.
She convinces him to go back to Beehive, and then he leaves again. Oh yeah, we saw Marco's dad. That was fucking random.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Oh
gay
yeah.
sex
Also,
with Whitebeard and then they'll give birth to Marco.
yeah, dude. Oh, and then talking about another character that had a lot of flack is Garp, where Garp is dumber than I expected. Because I thought it was going to be, oh, dude, the power of Emus scared him into thinking he needs to align with the government. The answer is no. He thinks he's going to, quote unquote, protect the Fuck off, Garp.
I guess this lends credence to that O'Hara theory we kept
Oh,
dunking
that
on.
he's
Where like,
cooking, if he's cooking up Sword to protect the Marines, he's still stupid, because Sword is not big enough to do anything.
I know, and it also like he really, if he really isn't like, and he was angry that Dragon became a revolutionary, right? So like
Yeah.
clearly like he's not probably not working with them.
No, and like he told, what I think is interesting is still that like Garp is still clearly like the most cowardly member of the monkey family, because Garp is told, "Do you want to be a pirate?" And he says, "No, I'm going to stay with the Marines and protect them." Or then you have Dragon, who's like, "Third option, freeing as many slaves as I can and becoming a revolutionary. Fuck you." Literally holding a guy at gunpoint. Dragon's phenomenal. I think Dragon was probably my favorite character to see in this POV of God Valley.
Oh yeah, no, I think I agree.
It was very fun.
I think
Part of
like
it's just
him
because like
and
it showed
maybe
that he's just a good person.
yeah, it felt very validating to see him. But I think other than that, I think
Well,
I also like Garling. Just because I'm like,
it was it.
what is he
Oh,
thinking? What's
it
going
is
through his
funny that
head?
he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like he's a weird guy. So yeah, there's interest. I mean, yeah, I know people thought Garp was gonna get his memory erased. I'm glad that doesn't seem to be the case. I
Yeah.
don't think I would have liked that.
Yeah, no, they've just been like,
I
well,
do
I
really
guess
like the
like
panel
if it
where
was just memory erasure, then it's just like, okay, I guess as soon as he sees Eam again, he'll just immediately team up with
yeah,
Luffy, and that's all
which
there
would be
is to
kind of
it.
lame. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did like the panel of Garp and Roger next to each other because it looked a lot like if Ace and Luffy got to be older and team up. So that was nice. I think that's it for new chapter things.
All right. Well,
Also, like, official translation, I think is going to help explain what the condensing your hockey thing is.
yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
Like, it's like mass. It's like, okay. Also, Garp looked like he multiplied his punches at the end, so that was funny.
Oh, one other thing before we move on. Do you remember how O'Hara continued to whitewash the back this week?
Oh yeah, he said that we were told Rox freed slaves when he raided Marijois.
Yeah, in chapter 1055.
And we didn't see that when we checked.
No.
Yeah, it's just, because it's like, guys, Rox didn't even do anything evil
Or
at God
sorry,
Valley. Just take
1155.
Right. It's like, guys, just take that Rox wasn't evil at God Valley and run with it.
Yeah.
Like, you can go on pretending that his crew, Beehive, and mutilating Loki and being a terrible friend doesn't say anything about his character. You can keep doing that.
You can't make him a hero, but you can make him not the worst.
You can make him. You also can make him the MVP of God Valley. That has been, dude. Kuma was already the MVP, and that's proof he was even the MVP of Rox's conflict.
Yeah, he saved
Kuma
Teach.
fixes everything. That's funny. I think that's it for the chapter itself.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want to be nice to Mother's Basement because we were really mean to him 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. So, admittedly, like this isn't like a super in-depth, interesting video, but he didn't say anything wrong or anything super wrong, which is more than I can say about most One Piece YouTubers.
Yeah.
Mother's Basement made a One Piece's political video, and I have a few minor gripes, but overall it was pretty solid. He covered the justice of the Marines effectively. He covered Luffy's apolitical politics correctly. He covered Dragon accurately. He covered the good Marines in a bad system accurately. It was well done.
Yeah. He even like did things like, oh yeah, he explained Nami's obsession with money in a way that didn't make me want to rip my hair out because he said the correct thing, which is to remember what her
Yes.
backstory is.
Yeah, and or like he brought up that he brought up crew dynamics and how interesting it is that Luffy's crew is less like the Marines, whereas other emperors like Whitebeard or Kaido or Teachers are actually more uh, like the way it's built is like a military, like the government. And I was like, oh my god, I only know 5 people who ever have given a shit about that. Like, it's not super in depth, but it was just correct, which is more than we can say about like Grand Line Review talking about the admirals thematically, or the revolutionaries in Luffy's politics, or why people are using the One Piece flag.
The cycle of revolution.
He
Oh.
really outdid like the 3 Grand Line Review videos we've complained about recently.
Yeah.
The only minor gripes we had are he's the one who said that Teach wants to avenge God Valley, which is I don't think Teach's motivations are going to be that uninteresting.
It's an assumption, but whatever.
You know, and then like there's just a few things he could have explained a little better. Like it's like with One Piece and monarchies, you're like, oh well, Luffy's defended monarchies, and it's like, well, in One Piece, monarchy is kind of just like what all ruling governments are called, because like Drum overthrew their old king and then elected a new one and then called him king.
Yeah.
Like Dalton is a king, but he's the president. He was elected by the fucking villagers.
It's a fantasy
I think
series.
we
It's more
could. I
romantic to call them kings instead of presidents and
Yeah,
statesmen.
it's also just supposed to show that like the whole world is under Eames' thumb at least a little bit.
Yeah.
He may have said like a few other things that I had minor gripes with here and there, but overall it was just like fine. And it's getting a lot of traction in like the general weeb sphere, not the One Piece community, and I think that's good because it's more correct than what normal One Piece YouTubers say.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
uh, all right. So you want to talk about the greatest ship O'Hara ever told us about?
Which one? He has so many ships.
All right. So his new
Oh, the
favorite
pedophile
ship.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Shir.
pedophile.
Yeah. Shirahoshi X Loki, the 16-year-old and the 100 something year old.
guy who even in giant years is definitely an adult.
Yeah.
uh, he teased this before, like a few months ago, but I kind of just ignored it. But no, he like doubled down on it. He likes shipping Loki with Shirahoshi because he thinks the person Loki was talking to on the transponder snail is Shirahoshi. Which, first of all, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, if Shirahoshi was talking on the phone with a friend outside of Fishman Island, you think that would have been mentioned at some point, or like at least would have influenced her character in some way, and not made her so much of a fucking coward.
Also, just what even the little bit we saw of how Loki talked with them, it didn't look like Shirahoshi's cadence because Shirahoshi has like a very, very like humble, meek cadence whenever she talks. So I didn't notice that in the translation at least.
But dude, they're a
And
power
then
couple. They're like both two ancient weapons or something or other,
yeah, he
or
thinks
something or
Loki is
other.
another pink-haired magic ancient weapon born creature like
Princess.
Shirahoshi. And also they stood near each other. Their ancestors stood near each other on the mural or some shit. It's like, why? Like, what is it supposed to be cute? It's not. It's Loki is now a pedophile.
Also, what happened to Loki X Lola, man?
Yeah, that's the real one. Well, no, he can't because Lola married Gotti.
Yeah, Beget's like third right hand man or something.
Yeah, third in command. He'll find a new pink hair, okay? But not fucking Shirahoshi. Get out of here. We need Loki, for what we know based on Lola, likes him to have a bit more fucking width to him. We need to find him a new round woman.
Oh, dude, do you remember one of the funniest comments we ever got?
What?
It was, do you guys want to talk about the Loki silhouette, how it's completely different? Like, I don't think that makes sense, I don't even think the Loki we met would be in love with Lola either. You think there's a Loki imposter running around?
No, I love that how people just can't accept that maybe Loki just had a crush on Lola. It's like, I think he did, which
Yeah,
is
like,
really
why not?
which now that we've seen that Kid Loki is kind of just like a dumb little baby, it would be really cute.
Yeah.
I'd like it.
Like, maybe he didn't have a
Um,
crush on her when he was the big sexy man chained to the tree. Maybe it was when he was just like a preteen and he was like, whoa, it's a cute little girl
and because he did look
who's
like it, because
roughly
he was a
my
dumb,
age in human years.
because he was a dumb little guy with a flower in the flashback.
Yeah.
So that could be neat. So
Also,
that
again,
was
like the silhouette not matching is like, pretty common in One
normal.
Piece. Get over it. Kaido doesn't look like Kaido.
That was, I don't know why O'Hara threw that ship out. That was so fucking weird. He
Yeah.
kind of slid it out. It's like, why are you doing this?
All right, are you ready for Eugenics piece number part
Ugh.
2857?
So normally, Dax Sake is like, we don't like his theories, but they're at least fun. So we usually don't talk about him very often here because it's like it's a fun theory. Who fucking cares? But oh my god, the Children of God's Knights theory. First of all, he's like, oh, what if Nami and fucking Enel and Mihawk are God's Knights children? I think there's pretty good evidence there, and then the evidence is literally nothing. But beyond that, he keeps like one of his reasons that he was iffy that Nami might not be descendant of a God's Knight is that she didn't inherit the strength.
Which
It
we've
brings that up
talked.
repeatedly throughout the video. He's like, "Oh, this character's so strong. Maybe it's the God Knight genetic. Maybe this is the God Knight genetic. Oh, they're kind of weak, which would be weird if they have God's Knight genes." And it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It's like, all right. We talked about this a billion times before. Just like your direct parent lineage seems to have very little influence on your inherent power level genetics. Like Luffy can't beat Higuma, a normal man with a sword, even though he's the grandson of Garp, hero of the Marines, Roger's greatest rival,
Even though there
all
are
that
children
jazz.
his age that absolutely could do
Yeah, like
that.
Ace or Sabo, like with their rusty ass fucking
Zoro,
pipes, could have
Kid
just.
Zoro definitely could have.
Yeah, and then like with the gods, like, it's especially confusing because like they're they don't seem to be like particularly stronger than like your average like like new world fighter, at least thus far, like on average, whatever. But like they have like the immortality, they have the eam juice is what makes them strong. They got the nepotism of
Yeah,
being a celestial dragon, so they have access to great devil
and
fruits, they have access to
also,
immortality, they have access to whatever the hell else.
as we know, God's Knights are just people from celestial dragon families who, through some means, become warriors. We know that because Summers and Jupiter, I think, are from the same family, meaning that, like, oh, not everyone from the family becomes a God Knight. And because of that, you're saying the celestial dragons are right. They are a better breed.
You know, it's like, especially like O'Hara's was worse, but like the like bloodline, like like he's 75% D, 25% strength, like that was just stupid. But like you guys realize that if you like believe hard in this power level genetic chicanery, then that just justifies the celestial dragon's worldview that blood does matter and their blood is cooler than most people, if
Like,
not all
they're still
people.
wrong because, like, IEB stars literally our traits could be as intrinsically different as possible, and racism would still be wrong. But like, if it's wrong, don't give credence to it.
Yeah, like
Because like, it does feel like it.
yeah. And I said, oh, what about like giants and Lunarians? Aren't they born strong? It's like, okay, yes, for like, cool reasons, like their giants are really big and stuff. But also, like, when you actually just like look at the One Piece world, like, like most top tiers are humans just because there's way more fucking humans than
Yeah, no,
other
because like
races.
whatever strength buff giant like fishmen or giants get, pretty clearly a human can overcome it with training.
Yeah.
And then I can't speak on Lunarians because we only know one. And also, he's like in his 40s and is Kaido's right hand man. So I feel like a lot of that might also be King specifically.
Well, I mean, it might not be because, like, Vegapunk did, like, have 14-year-old King in the lab be like, yo, I want my super mega warrior
Well, yeah,
cyborgs to be based off
that's
this
because the
guy.
durability definitely is stupid.
Yeah.
But then general, but like even then, I think that would, I don't know, maybe make you like fucking like one of Dofi's goons tier without training.
But dude, you know why we picked Enel and Nami for being potential God's Night children candidates?
Oh, because did
They
you
love
know?
jewels and gold inherently, just like Bonnie does. Bonnie also
Liking
has
money and
inherent.
jewels. Yeah, liking money and jewels is genetic, which is insane. and borderline accidentally anti-Semitic.
Okay. First off, this is a fucking pirate adventure manga. Everyone wants gold, jewels, and booty. Look at God Valley. Everyone was running away, hauling as much gold they could carry. Like, this isn't
Yes.
like a weird or unique trait to have in the setting. And then two,
Not
Nami has a backstory you people just don't like talking
explains.
about.
And then the thing I said is like I am not saying you did this on purpose. I don't believe that in the slightest. But also think about what you're doing when you are saying the evil shadow ruler race that controls the world has a genetic disposition to loving money, and think about what tropes you might be playing into. It's not good. Is the answer.
It's like all right. As like the Omega fascist rulers, of course they want money. All the
Yeah,
rulers we've
but
seen
not
in One Piece,
genetically.
all of the corrupt rulers we've seen in One Piece have wanted money or like some sort of like goods of some example. Like even Kaido want to hoard all of Wano's resources for his own gain.
Because it's not a genetic thing. It's a pretty simple greedy ruler thing.
Yeah.
Um,
You know
I
what was
think
one
that
of the one that I think made the least sense in that whole video?
what?
Lucci.
Yeah, because why the fuck isn't he a god now? Well, no, his explanation was they don't know because that's why all his theories are boring. Because his point was they don't know that they're children of God's knights, and it's like okay, then why do I give a shit?
Okay, let's say it's revealed that Lucci is a social dragon baby, and they're like, oh, okay, you want to like join the Gods Knights, and he's like, okay, and it's like he just does, and it's like, is that all there is to it? Is that all that's
Like,
gonna change? Is Lucci's gonna come with
like
a new
that's
fancy title? Like, I guess he'll have immortality powers now, which might be interesting, but like
yeah, and like or like a Nell. Who gives a shit if a what happens if a Nell is?
Yeah,
What does that change
like,
about?
listen, we already have epic parallels between Eam and the and NL or NL and the Celestial Dragons and NL with Doflamingo. We already have that. We don't have to make them directly blood related in order to like do it to just remind people that they are. Or what would the goal be? Like
Yeah, it's
narratively, what is your goal?
yeah, I don't like that's a problem with like normally his theories are cool, but it's like what's even the point of this? I don't get anything out of this.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Like at least with Nami, it's like yeah, you could imagine 500 pieces of tension. But with Anel, it's like who cares?
It was also
Uh
just another example of someone not understanding Lucci's character in the slightest, which is like, look, he believes social dragons are gods. That's why he's doing the things
oh
he
yeah, he
does.
acted like Lucci unironically is like pro like he genuinely believes social dragons are gods and not that Lucci is a suck up. Like I genuinely like whenever I see a One Piece fan think Lucci genuinely cares about justice and doesn't just want to kill people, I like think that if they read Naruto, they would come out of it not knowing what happened because in Naruto villains lie 24/7. So if they can't even notice Lucci telling an obvious lie with a smirk on his face after he in a previous arc explained that he does this, then how the fuck would they comprehend like Obito?
Dude, we've even seen this in Wano, like when Kaido said like, you see Luffy, when it really comes down to it, pirates will abandon you if you lose or something like along those lines. And it's like,
That's not even a
okay,
lie. He was just wrong.
yeah, well, the thing is, clearly we know, like, okay, he's talking about his experience with the Rocks pirates. We literally saw that's what happened with Rocks, and so like he is speaking from experience, but like he is wrong because his crew
Well,
was
not just
cringe as
rocks. It's
fuck and had no
also
loyalty, and the Straw
it's
Hat
also
pirates are tight as fucking you can be.
yeah, it's also not just the rocks pirates. It's also his ideology for how he built his whole crew. Because the Flying Six are made out of crews that he crushed and then had join him under the idea that they would get to take a shot at him at some point.
Yeah.
Like his entire crew is based off the idea that people don't actually like each other; they just want to beat up the guy above them. So that was it was a really bad
Yeah,
video.
I know. This kind of feeds into the next topic, which is, the way people have used and misused the term unreliable narrator. Because Lucci is an unreliable narrator when he says stuff like social
Well,
dragons are
he's
gods
also
stuff.
not narrating; he's
Or
just
yeah,
talking.
but like
He's
or
just a
like
liar.
Yeah, or like when he says, "I don't acknowledge Luffy as an emperor," like he's just saying whatever he can in order to kill someone or to fight someone he wants to fight, because that's
And
Lucci's
he's just saying
motivation.
his
He wants to
opinion.
kill. Yeah, he will do whatever he can within the orders he's given to kill and fight as many people as possible. Like that's
And then
Lucci's
we
whole
see him
character.
slowly breaking from that, where he actually goes against orders in Egghead because he wants to fight Luffy that fucking bad.
So he just outright says, "I don't acknowledge him as an emperor. I'm gonna fight him because that's technically not breaking the rules if I don't acknowledge him as an emperor." Like
Yeah, like Lucci is a technicality king. It's how he functions.
yeah, like it's like when Spondum said, "Why didn't you tell me we were being tailed by a little girl and her rabbit?"
Like,
It's
you
like,
didn't tell me to, bitch.
uh, it seems that like nowadays people only use the term, or not everyone obviously, but like a lot of people do use the term unreliable narrator just because a character said something that like disproves or disagrees with their theory. So like, oh, they're just dumb or they're lying. I'm
Yeah,
just yeah.
and like sometimes they are dumb or lying, but not
Yeah,
always.
absolutely, absolutely. He was just like not. You can't just say they are if it's convenient for you. You have
Yeah,
to
you
have
kind
like
of
a
need to prove
reason.
it.
Yeah.
Also, no, I think that might just be it for unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
Push luck shipping and leg shipping.
Oh, okay. So we've already talked about leg shipping before on the channel. Here's commissioned fan art of it if I can find it. Um, this is a meme we started when we were reading Whole Cake Island Weekly, and we said, "Oh, dude, Stussy's undercover. What if Kaku is undercover as the giraffe Smoothie is milking, and then seduces her?" And that's still a good theory. I'm
It's
sorry.
great. It's great. You can't disprove it. You can't disprove that that's Kaku. That
Can't
could be
prove that didn't
Kaku.
happen. Oh, it doesn't look like Kaku's giraffe. Kaku is a master of fucking life return. He can slightly change his appearance. Fuck you.
Yeah, he could change the shape of his nose if Lucci can change the whole shape of his body and turn himself flat
Yeah,
like
so
paper.
yeah, and it's just a deeply funny idea.
Yeah.
And then luck shipping is another one I cooked up, but I forgot about until people reminded me recently, which is the brilliant ship between Dead Man Basil Hawkins and movie exclusive character from film gold Baccarat, just because she has a luck fruit and he's a card guy and it'd be funny.
He's like, oh,
Because
the
we know
odds
she
are
can take
against
and
me.
give luck. So it's just funny to imagine, like, she gives him tons and tons of good luck, and he does the most immaculate card pull you've ever seen and, like, nukes, like, King.
It's like, oh, my odds of defeating King are 1%. How can I do this? She's like, you got this, Tiger. Slaps him on the back. He's like, wait a sec. I just went to 99.99999. What the fuck? And then King slips on a banana peel and falls into the ocean.
It- King inhales his mask and just chokes on it. He's like, oh, how about that? It's a great pairing, and people need to not sleep on it.
Yeah.
Problem is they're not gay, so it's going to be harder to push on our gay-ass fan base.
We do have a gay ass fan base, don't
Pretend
we?
Hawkins is a woman, and then it's hot, toxic Yuri, and now you like it.
Yeah, pretend Hawkins is or maybe a trans man. Maybe, why not? Yeah, if that floats your boat.
Yeah, that's why Hawkins' hair is so long. You don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Never cut it for some fucking reason. Don't worry about it. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Hey everyone, Editing Puff here. I could not find that Kaku X smoothie fan art that Chiki was talking about, but when searching through my old amino stuff, I found this ancient meme with just summarizes what our chat was like back when we were all in high school. Good times, good times. Actually they were not they were not good times, not on that app, but good people, good people. All right, I think I got one last thing here, and it's fight piecers.
Is that people who just want tons of fights no matter what?
This a guy we like called Hot Boy Spicy threw the term around fight piecers, and then got clowned on Twitter because One Piece is a battle shonen, and people wanting fights is natural.
Oh, it was him making fun of people who wanted fights and flashbacks, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, fight piecers basically people who they just want more fights all the time, 24/7, and they don't understand why it might not happen. They're the type of people who still don't understand why we haven't seen Sakazuki versus Kuzan.
Yeah, those are at the worst though. But like I feel like the way he defended it wasn't like quite the best because like obviously One Piece tells its story through its fights, right? But what these people ask for is they don't really ask for more story. They just ask for more punches and kicks. Like I always go back to like page one versus Sanji. We're like, oh, dude, why are they off screen this fight? And it's like, oh,
It's like
the
nothing
anime's
would have happened.
the anime's gonna the anime Jannies are gonna clean up after Oda and finally bring his true vision to light. And then like the anime comes out. Sanji fights page one. It's longer, but they don't have a dynamic. We don't like build up to anything more that could happen later on in the arc. Sanji just kicks him more times, and that's what happens. And it's like, okay, that's what you want. That's fine. I like it was a cool fight. But like when you're talking about
Mhm.
like like One Piece tells its story through its fights, and then you turn around and say like, look, Toei's doing it right. It's like, no, they're not. Toei just adds more punches and kicks. They don't increase the depth of like the character. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like completely caught up with the anime, but like from what I can tell from the fights and clips I have seen, they're not adding more depth to the story.
Oh,
They're just adding more
big.
Sakuga clips.
Oh, big One Piece news though, Puff.
Ooh,
Remember Toei's transitioning to doing 13 to 26 episodes a year?
yeah. Oh yeah, that
We're gonna have a real anime.
feels kind of
Chast did
weird
the
to.
math, and no, Chast did the math, and actually, if they do 26, they'll actually probably still they would probably still not have enough LBAF material to adapt. So maybe we'll get 13.
Oh, it
Or
feels.
maybe they'll adapt the cover stories to
Oh my god, I've been waiting forever for them to do that. Just because it seems like, because like the cover stories, like there's a lot of like connective tissue missing, so it's like go to town, like do that, like leaves you room to
and
do
there's a lot
stuff.
of really important there's a lot of really important ones.
Yeah, like Gadatsu's
Like
hot
recently,
springs.
yeah, or recently, like you had the two most important ones in recent memory are Mads might be important, and then like super important are the Grand Fleet one,
Yeah,
and then the Yamato one, which I get the feeling the fact that Yamato is getting all these allies and is replicating Odin's journey is going to be pretty important.
yeah, or like Anel's gonna probably come down from the moon sometime.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a flashback when he returns. It'll be like that part 7 thing where at the start of a chapter it's like, let me tell you the story about an Italian shoe shining boy. It's definitely not hyper relevant to the character I'm going to cut to right after. You do that. Let me tell you the story about a man who went to the moon and then right after Enel returns. So that might happen.
Yeah.
Let me think of I think that's kind of it for that.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else, or we just go to comments
Okay,
now?
I have some short thing. Two very, very short things. They're kind of just rehashes of the last video. Um, One, people are like, you said to shut up and like the colors, but they're bad. Why can't they be good like Araki and JoJo? It's like, dog, the God's Knights are supposed to be gaudy. They're supposed to look gaudy. They are fucking. They're supposed to like. From what I like, easy comparison would be like, what the fuck? That would be like the Hunger Games elites, or like easier is like the over the super flamboyant royal guards you see in real life. They're supposed to look like that because they're rich and out of touch.
Yeah,
And then
we
like
brought
the
that up,
only
like Buckingham Palace,
yeah,
guards
yeah.
or something like that.
Whereas compare it to like Wano, where everyone's very colorful. But I think you would argue their colors don't clash in Wano. Like no one is like a dripless like heathen. Everyone in Wano looks pretty nice, and then like everyone in Whole Cake Island does look a little weird. But that's because they're Candyland. And if you've seen what a Candyland game board with all its dumb characters looks like, you know why they look like that. Like you could still like not like it, but people are like, I have a very complex hate, and it's like, no, you don't. You just don't like the drip. Shut up. It's good drip. I fuck with it.
Rocky's such a weird example because like he changes his colors all the time intentionally, and it's like,
Yeah,
do you
fucking
want
no canon color scheme. Have an
do you
ass.
want One Piece to replicate that style with no character as a canon color scheme? Like, is that what you're asking
Because I
for?
don't even like when Araki says that. Because liar, Joseph's canon hair color is blonde. Fuck you, Araki. I reject you.
No. There's a canon color, but we just change it whenever we feel like because that's the point.
Every color is the canon color. Let me see. Do I have any? People are like, can't you guys said Luffy can discern bad actors? Oh, we have to talk about the new JD Legend video. You guys like, you can discern bad Luffy can discern bad actors. He didn't discern the bad actors on fucking Whiskey Peak. It's like, yeah, because they didn't do anything suspicious, whereas Zoro was acting very suspicious.
Yeah, like we're not talking about like a Nazi like shooting someone in the head, being like, "Hey, Luffy, here's a lollipop. Why don't you follow me?" It's like literally they show up in town, everyone's like, "Yo, hi, you guys, have
They
some
party with
food."
him, and then he wakes up and he's like, Zoro, did you beat the ever living shit out of these people? And he says yes. That's part of it. Zoro was not thinking that through either.
I remember. I think we got a comment saying like, "Oh yeah, but in real life, Luffy wouldn't have the plot armor that lets him discern like like who's a bad guy and who's a good guy." So like your
It's
point's
like,
moot. But
why
it's like,
not? Is it
okay,
Luffy
okay,
or is it
okay,
not?
shut up about that. Luffy in our real life, in our real fleshy human lives, is a fictional character. I'm going to talk about him as if he is one. So
Yeah, no, why would you
Luffy,
change him? Do you
yeah, no,
not understand
Luffy
how
is a
hypothetical
fictional
works?
character in a story called One Piece, which has very heavy themes of freedom, revolution, and you don't like things people don't like about authority. Let's punch them, and that's the story of One Piece in a nutshell. So
Mhm.
people flying his flag at protests seems rather appropriate. He's a fictional character, guys. Remember that. He's not a real life flesh and blood human, and if you fly his flag, that does not mean you're endorsing all of his actions, all of his
Mhm.
quotes, all of his whatevers.
Anyway, next, we gotta talk about JD Legend tried summarizing his thoughts on One Piece, and he on One Piece's politics, and he's punching ghosts because he's like, you guys keep saying, oh, pirates are good, no, Marines are bad, but actually, I think the average Marine is better than the average pirate. It's like, first of all, I don't know if I believe that, but the idea that pirates overall are good, no one thinks that.
Yeah.
You're fighting ghosts. No one's like, yeah, dude, Kaido's a real stand-up. Okay, maybe Ohara, because Ohara has amnesia. But other people are like, yeah, dude, Kaido's a real stand-up guy. No, it's very hard to take seriously because, because it's like, oh, dude, the average Marine's just a nice guy. It's like, I remember, Puff, you and I did this. We went through every named Marine, like Admiral through Commodore or through Captain, and it's like most of these guys aren't very good because, like, it's like, oh, all these captains participated in the Ennie's lobby buster call, and all these vice admirals have participated in a variety of buster calls, and a lot of these rear admirals are really corrupt. So it's like, based off of what we have been exposed to, no, the average Marine is not a good person, and I'm not going to assume they are just because you think so. I'm gonna look at the evidence and say, yeah, the average pirate sucks, and the average Marine is fairly corrupt
Yeah.
until proven otherwise.
Like, are even if they're like nice people, like this was a point like I think like you and Mother's Basement said, like the the world government has done far more harm to the world than any individual pirate crew could ever possibly hope to do.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, so like again, Kaido is like the worst of the worst, and he has not even done one genocide yet. He just took over one country and turned it into a shithole. The
And tried
government,
to enslave them.
yeah, the
Whereas,
government
like, Puff, this is. Oh, no, you can keep going.
the government, on the other hand, has how many attempted genocides on screen? O'Hara, just on screen, not implied
Yeah,
or like
the
said,
government has.
just on
How many.
screen ones.
Haven't we seen them do three?
O'Hara, they tried to. Do you want to count Egghead? I mean, it seemed more like a facility than like an actual like place, but a lot of people
Well,
did
there were
live there.
islanders, we just didn't get a good look at them.
Yeah, so that's a bit of an iffy
Point
one.
is, they've done a lot because,
The
like, every Buster Call
Lucia,
is a.
we saw them do Lucia.
Yeah. And then, God Valley. Because here's the thing, a
Yeah,
Buster Call is a genocide. That's what it is. You're eradicating the entire population of the island. That is the goal of the Buster Call.
yeah. Like
So
the,
that's
the
what it.
goal at the end is for Eam to say the island never existed, and we could go on pretending like its
Yeah.
people, its culture, its history was never there because it's too
Wow,
inconvenient for
wow,
us.
an erasing of people and its culture. What's that called? uh, and then also, Puff, this is just like a funny thing I thought of. Uh, I mentioned during the Mother's Basement video, which is he tries to bring up JD Veteran tries to bring up the the fan letter, and he says it's canon to him, which is a very my truth libtard thing to say. But then he
That's
says,
mean, man.
like, and dude, in that the Marines are just like nice, like they're the sad, cool, heroic POV characters. It's like, Puff, here's what I like to point out. All those Marines are stationed at Sabaody. Sabaody is simultaneously One Piece Disneyland and a slave trading pub where every Marine there is told to overlook the slave trading because the Celestial Dragons like it. So actually, all those boys, all those friendly brother boys and that cool chopper obsessed guy, they're overlooking slavery on the daily.
Yeah.
So it's like no, I love that where it's like, dude, Kaido failed to enslave one country, whereas the world government has Disneyland and their slave trading pub as the same place. Like these are not comparable.
I guess like the one pirate possibly comparable to them would be Doflamingo, but that's just because he's just mini them, right? Like he has the same
Yeah, and he works with them. Like half of his
yeah,
crimes involve supporting them.
yeah.
Another good thing Mother Jason brought up is he brought up how like it's not good to try to trace any specific group one to one onto the world government. But if you're gonna do anyone, it's the it's the British Empire just because they had a big navy.
Yeah, they had a big navy and presumably scuffled with pirates a lot because they were a big navy.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. All right.
What else do we got?
What else do we got?
Oh, you just want to do the topic I thought of? The funny topic?
What's the funny topic? I forgot.
Dressrosa.
Right, Dressrosa and Alabasta. I completely forgot about that one. I even wrote it down at the top of the thing. I just forgot to.
So we don't only want to do weekly drama. We want to do some general discourse. I remember the old thing that I only remembered because it got brought back up recently. I can't remember where we saw it, but
I
it's the
remember.
fact that Dressrosa and Alabasta are. Oh no, it was in the fucking comments of Dax Sake because they're using it to say crocodile is a celestial dragon. Anyway, Dressrosa and Alabasta are really, really, really fucking similar. And like people understand that, like, one of the differences is Doflamingo succeeded, Crocodile. Like Doflamingo had already won, opposed to Crocodile who's in the middle of trying it. But also another interesting thing is it's meant to show the difference between the New World and Paradise. Because like that's part of the point. Where it's like both have a wait fruit user and they're both kind of like middling. But like one big change is Logia, where Crocodile was this unkillable god of war. Caesar is a fucking clown. Like
Yeah.
because now that hockey exists, being a Logia enough can't hard carry you. Like you get that with a lot of like, all right, there's two like bomb users, and they're both also kind of middling because it's just a middling paramecia. Whereas what's the strongest fruit now? A paramecia that's being used effectively. That's now the scariest fruit.
Yeah, all of Doflamingo's top officers, aside from Virgo, were Paramecia users. Like Pika, super scary Paramecia user. Treble and Diamante, just like they do their best, but they're no Virgo and no
To be
Pika.
fair, Treble at least uses his effectively.
Yeah.
Because the point is, at this stage, where now hockey can override intangibility, the scariest things you're most likely to encounter on the sea aren't intangible people. It's smart people with dumb fruits.
Or just a little girl with the dumbest fruit, which is sugar.
Yes.
Scarier than any Logia, easily.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like people are like, why is it so similar? Or they're like, what we get now is a lot of One Piece fans think parallels are foreshadowing. Like Dax Sake would literally use the term Oda foreshadowing as like a type of foreshadowing. Like he didn't say Oda was foreshadowing. He said this is an example of Oda foreshadowing, as in like it's a type of foreshadowing. Where it's just like quote unquote Oda foreshadowing or One Piece foreshadowing isn't foreshadowing at all.
Yeah, like things they
Foreshadowing
bastardize
is
the
pointing at a
meanings.
similarity and saying, "Look, it's foreshadowing."
I was about to say they bastardize the word so much that now the definition is just two things that are similar. Like, oh my god,
it's really bad. Because
it's not
people
good.
pointed out that because like that was the comment we saw. Is it was the Dressrosa and Alabasta don't have similarities and parallels to show the difference between Paradise and the New World. they have similarities and parallels because Crocodile is the child of a god knight, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
See, we're foreshadowing Doflamingo's eventual involvement in the story and the twist that he is a celestial dragon child before we even know what a celestial dragon is in the story. Like, you know how crazy that sounds? The celestial dragons aren't going to be introduced for another 300 chapters, yet Crocodile eventually getting similarities to a villain who will appear 800 chapters later is foreshadowing his backstory, but also like his backstory that will appear
it's
afterwards
kind of like Mihawk,
too.
where it's like Mihawk. Like, I'm not gonna say Mihawk isn't related to the Gods Knights. He very well could be, but it's funny when people act like, oh, dude, his name Dracul can be dragon, and it's like, dog, are you telling me that he had the celestial dragons planned by the time Mihawk showed up? Mihawk, as like a character concept, predates One Piece because there's Rat Mihawk in Monsters, whereas we don't meet celestial dragons. Literally, like, technically we meet the Gorosei, but we don't understand the celestial dragons as a concept until Saba Odi.
And it's true that it can be done retroactively, right? Like, oh, like that.
No, I'm not gonna say it can't.
Yeah.
Because we know nothing about Mihawk, he's a blank slate. You can give him any fucking backstory you want.
Yeah, but the point is that, like, the term foreshadowing should be, as a reader going through the story the first time, seeing this should, like, hint at something that'll happen to the future and set an expectation for you. That does not happen most of the time these people talk about foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's annoying. Despite having 300 comments on the last video, there wasn't much actual stuff we could talk about on it, so that was annoying.
Wow.
All right, this is a shorter one.
I think there's something else I want to say about the foreshadowing thing, but now I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, One Piece fans are dumb. Oh, Mother's Basement did imply that that Skypiea foreshadowed Gear 5.
Okay.
Oh, no, Puff, we did get a really funny comment.
What's that?
All of the live action season 2 episode titles are like puns or like media references. And the comment just said, "I blame Randy Troy," and then I laughed really hard.
Oh, Randy Troy.
Here's the thing. We can't blame Randy Troy for any actual writing errors because that's fucked up. But any dumb minor thing, I am going to blame him because that's funny.
It doesn't matter if it's true or not. I'm just thinking about that. I'm thinking of that stupid Jujutsu Kaisen meme where it's just like, "Oh, don't you understand? This isn't about facts or power scaling. Whoever I say a bum is exactly that." Like, that's Randy Troy.
No, Puff, that is JD Legend. No, yeah, it is just. And I want it to be like, when we go through season 2, any minor gripe, I'm like, God damn it, Randy Troy. Oh God! Oh yeah, Ace's actor got cast, which is like, okay, is he gonna show up at fucking? Oh no, because it should have already been filmed. So I guess they're just trying to hype up season 3.
Oh yeah.
Ace's actor looks like Ace. Is it like they have the same hair? So like, that's neat, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. So next week, guys, it's gonna be JoJo's Part 7. So, you know,
maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll be done by next Friday, but if you're not, then, you know, we're not.
Yeah, and then, you know, assuming it would actually be long enough.
Yeah, I think it would be.
So next week maybe JoJo, or in 2 weeks 7 and 8. So
I'm really enjoying my read through of Part 7.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
So give us some of the takes, and then also, as you saw, we're low on One Piece takes. Give a shit. We're so lazy. We're so lazy. Maybe we should do another dumb tier list, Puff. We don't know a dumb tier list.
Right, that'll buy us time. We gotta think of something.
Yeah,
maybe we could do a sequel to one of the other ones, like the stupid Chosen Ones tier list. Are you about the in-universe special boy rules for Chosen Ones?
I hated doing that with you because you tried to make an individual category for every character. I wanted to die.
It's a very, very interesting topic.
No, it's not. We'll come up with something interesting or something stupid for next week. Odds are stupid. We just go over our How to Train Your Dragon power scaling list so far, and we're only halfway through.
So far, dude, we gotta wait till the end, man. We gotta get the whole slideshow. It's like, this is not allowed. It's like, hey everyone, this is not allowed. You may know him from the movies, but did you know that he is bi? He is colorblind. Yes, he is bi. He is colorblind. He has has daddy issues.
This is Dagger. He is a high tier. This is who the fuck out? I don't know.
This is Heather.
Also,
They keep implying she's part of the main group, but will never be in any of the
put her in the
openings.
opening. Also, for the record, just for reference, because we have enough stupid fans that someone likes How to Train Your Dragon show. We just finished the season where the smug man fell in the volcano. Do not spoil us, please. I don't want to be reading through One Piece and get fucking spoiled on like the return of Alvin.
I see now. We need the boy.
Understand, Riker. The reason you lost is because you don't have the boy. Jokes no one gets but us. This is a good way to end an episode.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.